Hello, today's daily reading comes from the book of Sirach, chapter 19, and reads as follows. A workman who is a drunkard will not become rich. He who despises small things will fall little by little. Wine and women will make men of understanding fall away, and he who joins with prostitutes will be more reckless. Moss and worms have him as their heritage. A reckless soul will be taken away. He who is hasty to trust is willow-hearted. He who sins will offend against his own soul. He who makes merry in his heart will be condemned. He who hates talk has less wickedness. Never repeat what is told you, and you won't be lacking. Whether it is a friend or foe, don't tell it. Unless it is a sin to you, don't reveal it. For he has heard you and observed you, and when the time comes, he will hate you. Have you heard a word? Let it die with you. Be of good courage, it will not burst you. A fool will travail in pain with a sword, as a woman in labor with a child. As an arrow that sticks in the flesh of the thigh, so is a word in a fool's belly. Reprove a friend. It may be he, it may be he didn't do it. If he did something, it may be that he may do it no more. Reprove your neighbor. It may be he didn't say it. If he said it, it may be that may not say it again. Reprove a friend, for many times there is slander. Don't trust every word. There is one who slips and not from the heart. Who is he who hasn't sinned with his tongue? Reprove your neighbor before you threaten him, and give place to the law of the Most High, and don't be angry. Fearing the Lord is the first step toward his accepting you. He will love you if you are wise. Learn the Lord's commands. It is a discipline that gives life. Those who do what pleases him enjoy the fruit of the tree of immortality. All wisdom is the fear of the Lord, and all wisdom is the doing of the law and what the knowledge of his omnipotence means. If a servant refuses to obey his master, but later does obey the master, is still angry. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. The prudence of sinners is not counsel. There is a wickedness, and it is abomination. There is a fool lacking in wisdom. Better is one who has a small understanding and fears than one who has much prudence and transgresses the law. There is an exquisite subtlety, and it is unjust. And there is one who perverts favor to gain a judgment. There is one who does wickedly, who brings down who brings down his hand with mourning, but inwardly he is full of deceit, bowing down his face and making as if he were deaf of one ear. Where he isn't known, he will be beforehand with you. And if for lack of power he is hindered from sinning, if he find opportunity, he will do mischief. A man will be known by his look. One who has understanding will be known by his face when you meet him. A man's attire, grinning laughter, and gait show what he is. Chapter 20. There is a reproof that is not timely, and there is a man who keeps silent and is wise. How good is it to reprove rather than to be angry? He who confesses will be kept back from hurt. Admit when you are wrong, and you will avoid embarrassment. As is the lust of a eunuch, a deflower, a virgin, so is he who executes judgment with violence. There is one who keeps silent and is found wise, and there is one who is hated for his much talk. There is one who keeps silent, for he has no answer to make, and there is one who keeps silent as knowing his time. A wise man will be silent until his time has come, but the braggart and fool will miss his time. He who uses many words will be abhorred. He who takes authority for himself will be hated in it. This is the prosperity that a man finds in misfortunes, and there is a gain that turns to loss. There is a gift that will not profit you, and there is a gift paid back double. There is an abasement because of glory, and there is one who has lifted up his head from a low estate. There is one who buys much for a little and pays for it again sevenfold. He who is wise in words will make himself beloved, but the pleasantries of fools will be wasted. The gift of a fool will not profit you, for his eyes are many instead of one. He will give little and insult much. He will open his mouth like a crier. Today he will lend, and tomorrow he will ask for it back. Such a one is a hateful man. The fool will say, I have no friend, and I have no thanks for my good deeds. They who eat my bread are of evil tongue. How often and of how many will he be laughed at to scorn? A slip on a pavement is better than a slip with the tongue. So the fall of the wicked will come speedily. A man without grace is a tale out of season. It will be continually in the mouth of the ignorant. Parable from a fool's mouth will be rejected, for he will not speak in its season. There is one who is hindered from sinning through lack. When he rests, he will not be troubled. There is only one who destroys his soul. There is one who destroys his soul through bashfulness. By a foolish countenance he will destroy it. There is one who for bashfulness makes promises to his friend, and he makes him his enemy for nothing. A lie is a foul blot in a man. It will be continually in the mouth of the ignorant. A thief is better than a man who is continually lying, but they both will inherit destruction. The disposition of a liar is dishonor. His name is with him continually. He who is wise in words will advance himself, and one who is prudent will please great men. He who tills his land will raise his heap high. He who pleases great men will get pardon for iniquity. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and as a muzzle on the mouth turn away reproofs. Wisdom that is hidden, turn away reproofs. Wisdom that is hidden, and treasure that is out of sight. What profit is in them both? Better is a man who hides his folly than a man who hides his wisdom. Amen.